What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys seen our previous video, you would know that we are doing a auction flip series here on the channel where me and Cole both go to the auctions. We buy a car, we have to bring it back, recon it ourselves, or we flip it on either Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, but we didn't show you guys what vehicles we bought. So without further ado,
today, guys, we're going to start off with my 2006 Honda Accord. It's a fully loaded V6 package. The reason I chose this car right here is because Honda is always a good, reliable brand, and they always seem to sell.
guys, of course, we're saving the best for last. This is my 2003 Miata Mx-5. This car is a special edition car. So that means it comes with a bunch of different features like a 6-speed manual instead of the 5-speed, some custom badging and stuff like that. But either way, I know you guys have seen this car in the background of many videos. So I did kind of cheat a little bit, but this car was bought at an auction. We tried for 2 weeks to buy 2 cars. Unfortunately, we only got 1. So now that you guys have seen the auction cars that we bought, let's go over to our whiteboard over here so we can go over exactly what we paid for the car. So as you see right here, we have a 2003 Mazda Miata. Starting price was $3,650. That's what I paid for the car at auction. And one thing that I didn't film because I didn't plan on using this car for the video, but I did have to spend some money on paint and body. I had to get the front fender, I had to buy a whole new front fender, and I had to get it painted. So I went ahead and got the hood painted, the fenders, and both doors. That was a total price of $950. That brings the total price for the Miata right now at $4,700. And moving over to the Honda Accord, we had a 2006 Honda Accord V6, starting price of $6,710. Now it's time to inspect each car and figure out exactly what we need to do to them to get them ready to sell.
Alright, guys, so we're going to be doing our first test drive, since at the auction we can really only put the car in park, neutral, reverse, and move like 2 inches back and forth. So we're going to run through everything, make sure everything works, starting with the AC since it's hot out here in Florida. Turn it down for you guys, one little click. Seems to be blowing nice and cold. Get the tunes cranking. With our test drive, we're just going to put it in drive, go down this gravel of a road. Since we're in the middle of nowhere right now. Seatbelts on, everyone, with your Roush shoulder pads. Shout out Mustang. Is it really Mustang if it's Roush? Or is it like Shelby?
No. So Shelby's the only one that has like a separate VIN.
Gotcha.
So if you run like a VIN for Roush, it'll come back as GT.
No check engine lights so far. Thank God. Check that out. We got the little crack feature or vent feature. I'm not sure what to call that. And it also fully reclines. Honestly surprised that works. It's going through all the gears just fine.
Thank God. Bro, what is that?
What are you doing? First, second, and third real quick, see if the slap shift option works. Flawless. That dude's getting towed.
It's fast.
Pretty quick.
So fast.
Alright, guys, so first test drive went really well. There's no check engine lights, nothing mechanically feels wrong in any way, shape, or form. So I'd say it just needs a good detail, and off she goes.
Guys, so now we're gonna go on the first test drive of the Miata. Like I said, I've owned this car for like 8 months since I bought it at the auction, and I have not given it a proper test drive, so here we go. Alright guys, so we're already off to a bad start here with what I would like to hopefully believe is a dead battery, so we gotta get her jumped up before we can do anything. So if you guys didn't know, the Miata, it's got the good old battery in the back. So we're gonna take our handy dandy jump box here and hopefully get this thing started. Black is negative if you guys are wondering. she starts.
Lights on the dash, we're off to a good start. He's already in the condition.
Get the car started, I'll always check and see if there's a check engine light. So of course, we got a check engine light on this car, so we'll see what that's about later on, but let's go for a test drive.
But
Doesn't?
no,
Huh?
it
No
doesn't.
way, bro.
It doesn't.
For real?
Positive. Steering wheel doesn't adjust, like up and down or in and out at all.
Is that like a Miata thing?
Never owned one.
Alright guys, so since this car is a manual, the first thing we're going to do is make sure the clutch is fine. I always like to go through the gears, make sure there's no grinding, everything goes in gear properly. Seems to shift through the gears pretty well. It's extremely loud. Like, driving just fine. We do have a check engine light, but like I said, we're gonna take a look at that later on. But right now, we're just making sure the car shifts properly, stops properly. Let's go ahead and check the AC.
It felt good, but I'm also sweating.
So it's definitely blowing. I think it could definitely be colder than that, but we're gonna give it a second. I'm thinking that the AC probably is low on Freon because it's not really blowing cold at all. So we're gonna go ahead and shut that off. Let's check the radio. Alright, so far I've already found a few things wrong with it. So besides the steering wheel falling apart, the AC needs to be charged and the radio is not working, so we definitely have to look into that. I don't think there should be this much wind on the road.
Top's a little noisy.
It's pretty loud, so we definitely have to take a look at that. I mean, other than that, I mean, the car drives straight, shifts with the gears, windows work. We're gonna try the soft top in a second. Hopefully that don't blow away. This car is pretty quick, so I will need you to put your seatbelt on. Hang on.
Oh, it's on.
Brakes seem a little.
Spongy?
They're not bad.
Yeah, they're not C7 brakes.
Might, even though you probably can't even hear me because it's so loud in here. Poof, blows off.
I wouldn't go that direction.
I mean, overall, like, I'm pretty happy with driving. It's not as luxury, you know, I don't have, you know, heated seats. I don't have that smooth automatic trans. I got a nice radio I can listen to. I got AC, but you know what I have that you don't have?
What?
I got a convertible top, baby. I don't know. Handling, bro. I think I got you all day long. I got that boat.
He says this as there's Ford Fusion in front of us. Just pulling away.
Been raining all day, so hopefully we don't get stuck in the rain, but
How does this do this?
I don't know.
You own these things.
Just like that. No more roof.
If the top flies away, I promise it's not our fault.
He definitely doesn't want it.
The lighting's a lot better.
Yeah, it is. I mean, besides this shifter, completely like 360s, it's not too bad. Better go, bro. Better go. See, there's less wind noise with the top down than with the top up.
Honestly. The windshield does a pretty good job of like
Yeah, it
keeping the
does.
wind out.
It's really not bad in here. And transmission's fine. heating. Let's check the, I don't want to think I'm honking at it, but let's go ahead and check the horn. Horn works, sounds like a Miata. Heck, like this, dude. Boom! So I'm not sure if like the previous owner of this car like had like really nasty hands or he was like really strong, but dude, he's like, everything that he touched just disintegrated. Like, I don't even know how you do this to a steering wheel. It's like a slow process, or like how does this work? Just the shifter, don't even start on that. The car shifts good. So I did find a few things wrong with it. We got a check engine light, the AC is blowing hot, the radio doesn't work, the top has some really, I don't know if there's a leak in it or what, but it's super, let me just keep saying it.
Noisy.
The top is super noisy, but other than that, the car shifts how it should, the clutch is fine, mechanically it seems fine besides the check engine light, so we gotta find out more about that later on.
With the serpentine belt, you're gonna want to replace your serpentine belt if it starts looking old and brittle like this. Or you'll start seeing cracking in the middle on the ribbed section. The tools you're gonna need for this are gonna be a 14 mil socket and a breaker bar of your choice.
Alright guys, so I got good news, and I got bad news for my Miata. So the good news is, we got a fresh battery in there. Here's the old one. That's perfect. And then, as you guys know, we did have a check engine light and the radio didn't work. So after a little bit of investigating, there was 2 fuses that were blown. And guess what? That fixed the check engine light and the radio. As you guys see, we're jamming now. So, also, check engine light is now gone. No check engine light. But, here comes the bad news. So as we mentioned that the AC probably needed to be charged because it wasn't hot. Well, after doing some further investigation, I don't even know how this happened. You guys probably cannot see it, but I'll just go ahead and get it. This is supposed to be connected to the AC compressor. I'm not sure how the bolt backed out of there, but yeah. So I'm gonna try to get a different bolt, see if I can put this on, see if the compressor's still good, but honestly it's probably not. So we're probably gonna need a new compressor. So just add that to the list of things this Miata needs. It's honestly becoming a pretty big nightmare, but either way, Cole's car is done. That'll be the next video of Cole doing a full detail and deep clean on this entire vehicle, and then he will get it listed on Facebook Marketplace. As you guys see, I have a long list of parts that I need to order for the Miata. That's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel because we're going to the auction again this week to buy 2 more cars. So we're gonna continue this series even though these cars aren't sold yet. But yeah, before we end this video, I just wanna show you guys what I'm working on now. This is gonna be the video for the main channel. This has got to be the nastiest seats I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, so thought I'll give you guys a little behind the scenes here for the main channel. But that's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. But with that being said, we'll see you in the next one.